What's up, everybody? This is Ms. Landshark, and we're coming out with a special right now. It's called 12 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh. Since it's almost Christmas and everyone might want a new deck, and you might want to upgrade your deck, and this is everything. You're gonna get a lot of money. Hopefully, you're gonna get a lot of money this Christmas. So I'm gonna show you guys a budget deck every day. Since you probably won't have enough money to spend on $160 tour guides or $100 rescue rabbits. This gonna come out with 12 decks, one a day. That are budget decks, and they're $80 or less. So let's get into the first one, and this one's my favorite. It's called Lancer Frogs, and I'll tell you what it does after. Yeah, I'll basically tell you what it does now. See, the game basically, not the game, the deck usually basically is focused on bringing out Sea Lancer, and Sea Lancer can equip any number of banished waters, aqua, sea serpent, and fish monsters from your banished zone, and he gains 1,000 if he's equipped with any number of them. And when if he would be destroyed, then he can destroy one of those cards anyway. So to abuse that, we have Poison Draw Frog, so you can banish it with Rodent Totem, bring it back. So anytime your opponent will destroy your monster, say by battle or dark hole, you can toss a Poison Draw Frog and then draw a card. So that's good plus. And since Frog Tower are a lot of level 2s, you can get a lot of you can summon Rodent Totem and maybe a Swap Frog for Gachi Gachi. Now you have a 2200 defense monster that has to be destroyed 3 times. You have a 2700 beast stick that has to be destroyed multiple times to get off the field. And every time your opponent tries to destroy it, you can remove an equip spell, and you can plus off of it and basically draw cards. So it's so cool and so amazingly broken. I don't see why people don't use more of this deck. So let's get into it. Okay, we have 2 Caius. There's a lot of frogs, so it's a lot of tribute. He's very good, especially when there's a monster over 2700 that I can't get over. Instant Caius, good Caius, he's really good. We have Dupe Frog. He's level 2 frog. He blocks attacks sometimes. And when he's sent to the field, I can add a frog to my hand, which is great when I need to get Swap Frog. So it's really good. Furrin, what is it, Furrin? Firo? Whatever it is, guy. This guy is really amazing. He's a beast, so we'll get more into that, into his typing later. But basically, he is just removed 2 water cards, so he helps out Rodent Totem for Sea Lancer plays. And when he attacks and destroys a monster, my opponent can't get his next draw phase. So that's really good for controlling my opponent and controlling the field. So he's really good. This is mainly a tech choice. So you can take him out if you want to, but he's cheap and effective. Gorz is about the second expensive card in his deck, next to Caius, which is about maybe $7 or $8. So he's this deck is really this deck's will cost you maybe around $50 to $60, and maybe $70 if you want to splurge a little bit to get maybe another Power Duality or Solemn Warning. Well, basically, it's good. Gorz. If I have an empty field, you know what Gorz does. 2 Mother Grizzlies. If he gets destroyed by battle, he can get a Swap Frog and use his effect to get another frog to the field. But mainly he's used to get Sea Lancer straight to the field. So he's really good. And plus he's a Beast Warrior, so I can use Horn of the Phantom Beast. Good card. My Poison Draw Frogs. These are my main equips for Sea Lancer. Sea Lancer gets destroyed by maybe Scrap Dragon or something. Instant draw. So while my opponent is using up his resources to destroy my monsters, I'm gaining resources. So I can I'm basically gaining card advantage over him, and sooner or later I'm going to control the field and end the game. Rodent Totems. These are the main three Rodent Totems for this deck. These are main Banishers of Poison Draw Frog. They're good tribute fodder. They're mainly good for bringing out Gachi Gachi. All around good card. Sangen's really good. I can bring out. I can get the Icy Wolf. I can get Mother Grizzly, Swamp Frog, Sea Lancer. Pretty much all the good cards I need to my hand. Okay, I already explained what Sea Lancer does. So let's get into Swamp Frog. Swamp Frog is the main. I would say he's a setup master for this deck. Without Swamp Frog, it's kind of hard to set up. But with Swamp Frog, this card is amazing. This deck is amazing. I can get rid of a frog in my hand and then special summon it, use its effect, and then to get rid of another frog to my grave, and then use his swap effect and maybe bring him back so I can use the effect again, or like I want to use Kai's again so I can bring Kai's back to my hand. So he's really good. Trigonia, I only have one, but it's really good for stopping OTKs like Gores. So plus he can make himself a level 2 overlay into Gachi Gachi, take control of another opponent's monster. He's overall good. And plus, since I get a lot of pluses from Poison Draw Frog, he can basically get have a high attack. So he's really good. Oh, by the way, Sea Lancer can also gain plus off a Dupe Frog, because when Dupe Frog is sent, he gains I gain another frog, so that's more pluses. So I can get another Swamp Frog to put even more Rodent Totems and Poison Draw Frogs in the grave. I have one Treeborn Frog. Since I run a few traps, I limited it down to one. But basically, this deck only really needs one, because Treeborn Frog, it really isn't all that needed, but it's good when at times when I want to tribute for Caius or Sea Lancer, I don't have any trap cards in my field. But mainly, he can be used for to banish for Rodent Totem and for a creature swap, which is really good. Creature swap, I can special summon Treeborn Frog in attack mode, or Rodent Totem in attack mode, maybe even Poison Draw Frog in attack mode, or Dupe Frog attack mode. Take my opponent's monster, attack, draw one for Poison Draw, get a frog from Dupe Frog, get a search from Mother Grizzly, search from Sangen, a lot of pluses. Dark Hole is a staple. Enemy Controller, only run one, because Enemy Controller, Creature Swap is good enough, but Enemy Controller can be used with Treeborn Frog, used on standby phase, to my opponent's monster, get Treeborn Frog back, change my opponent's battle position. It's a lot of good can come from Enemy Controller. Got Foolish Burial to help out with the graveyard milling. This is a staple. Only one Moray Greed. Usually when I have at least 2 or more water monsters, I'll probably need them. But sometimes when I may have something like maybe a Poison Draw Frog and maybe 2 Poison Draw Frogs in my hand, and I really can't do anything, I'll use Moray Greed, shuffle my hand up, Staples, Pot of Avarice. Usually this wouldn't be too good of a card, since you want most of these cards in the graveyard, stay in the graveyard. But it's really good because it can recycle your Gachis, your Caiuses, Scores, Mother Grizzlies, Furrin. It's really good. So I decided to use this anyway. You got Power Duality. Power Duality is Power Duality is the most expensive card in this deck. So it is about $13. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. But it's really good if you already have it. Get 3 cards. You know what it is. Look through 3 cards. Yeah. Okay, we got 3 Salvage, and these cards are really great. You can recycle Sea Lancer. Sea Lancer is really easy to get with this in this deck. You can bring it to hand with Sangen, bring it to field with Mother Grizzly. Salvage can bring it back. Not too many decks have an easy way to bring I mean, that many easy ways to bring their boss monster back to the hand or to the field. So that's a good card. We got two Horn of Phantom Beast. Since we have three Beast or Beast Warrior cards in my deck, it's really good. Sea Lancer with his effect on, he becomes from 2300 to 3100, which is amazing. With Gotchi, that's 35, so that's pretty much hardcore. He can take down even 2 of the 3 Nordic monsters. So those are that's really good. Furin. Furin's a really good card. I mean, alone, he's 1400, so he can destroy some weak monsters. With Gotchi, that's 1800, so he's a respectable attacker, and he can actually, get a lot of kills. And with this card and Gotchi, that comes out to about 26, and now he can destroy synchro monsters and high attack monsters, and now he's a force to be reckoned with. Plus, my opponent can't draw cards. One of my favorite plays is attacking a weaker monster on my turn, and my opponent can't draw. Then he summons another monster to get rid of my Furin, but then I activate Horn of the Phantom Beast, so now he can't draw, and I draw 1 card from destroying his monster. So that's one of my favorite plays with him. And Oathfish. Oathfish is a really good choice. I can banish, any frogs or maybe some of my frogs. Maybe I'll have an extra poison draw frog in my banish zone, and he can stop an effect. He's basically like that Gladiator Beast card, War Chariot, but for frogs. I mean, for water decks. So he's really good. And 3 Gotchis. These are so important. They boost up your opponent. They boost up my cards, and they serve as a wall themselves. And it's really hard to get by, especially when you can summon Gotchi so easily. And this is overall an amazing card. And these are just some of the random Exceeds and Synchro monsters that I have in my to spare. But I mean, you just put them in there anyway. But basically, all you need is 3 Gotchi, because I don't even use any of these cards. They're just here just in case I might creature swap a tuner monster. But basically, all you need is 3 Gotchis. So if you click over here, you can see a test deck and a test duel with using this deck. Hope you enjoy it, guys. Mr. Landshark, signing out.